Well, it's been a couple days now that I've been back from South Dakota at the Total Archery Challenge event, and we were running a condensed modified version, kind of novelty if you will, there for to be at TAC, represent the Alpha Bowhunting Challenge, what we do, and just try to add a little bit of our element of that game there. But in addition to that, we got to shoot one of the courses on Friday. My son and I, Nate and Caitlin, jumped out there, shot the Sitka course, and a ton of fun. If you've never shot a Total Archery Challenge, I don't want to call it an event, right? But if you've never been there to shoot one of their courses or a few of their courses, I encourage it, because in this respect, we were on the mountain at Terry Peak. We've had distance shots, we had a ton of obstructed target shots, which in all actuality, some of those I would probably not take in a real life hunting situation, but nonetheless, it was a bunch of fun. Did break a couple arrows, and I was realizing I've been shooting my bow quite a bit over the last month and a half or so, 2 months, and more, I mean, regularly since I've run my mountain goat tag, but I was realizing I have not been practicing enough in that terrain. So started the evaluation process again, right? Self-reflection. And one of the biggest things I realized is just not executing a strong shot every time. So since I've been back, it's the third time now, third practice session, I've gone back to the Stan and the Perfex Resistance, and I tell you that groups have just come together. Now, this isn't ideal for me from a peep height position. This is, my peep should actually come up just a touch from this release as opposed to the hinge that I'm shooting, but I'm kind of able to scrunch in a little bit and still stay consistent, execute shots. But nonetheless, again, just self-reflection here as we are end of June, excuse me, a couple months before season hits, and I really just I'm getting a little bit getting critical about making sure everything's dialed in, making sure that my shots are breaking clean, and making sure I stay practiced. So gonna keep working the Perfex. What I did yesterday is I shot about 40 arrows with the Perfex, and the last 10 I shot with my hinge, just to make sure, and my hinge groupings were as good as the tension release was. And I was surprised to see that my shots breaking with the tension release over the last couple of days have been tighter than what my groupings with the hinge were. So it just goes to show you, as a training device, as a tool to help you, to show you when you're not shooting strong shots. Or, I've got one arrow downrange right now that just broke a touch left, and as I started to break down and form, and the shot broke right at the last second, kind of pulled out a little bit, and I'm 5-6 inches left of the group. But again, it's good because I'm adding the seated shots now with the tension release, and just seeing what's happening there, and making sure that my core is staying solid, and my follow through is good all the way through. So, little blurb here. Like I said, get to what makes you the best shooter you can be, and in this case, this training device is really helping me execute strong shots every time. But nonetheless, here's some fast forward, some highlights of the Total Archery Challenge event in South Dakota.
Bye.